Every single day, your decisions are being manipulated. Not by accident, but by design. The brands you trust, the stores you enter, the apps you scroll on, all use psychological techniques designed to influence your behavior. And most people never notice it, because the best manipulation feels natural. Let's start with luxury stores. Have you ever walked into a high-end store and felt slightly uncomfortable? Too quiet, too empty, employees acting emotionally distant. That feeling is intentional. Luxury brands understand something powerful. People associate exclusivity with value. If attention feels difficult to obtain, your brain assumes the brand must be important. Psychologists call this perceived scarcity. The harder something feels to access, the more desirable it becomes. That's why luxury stores often look almost empty. Crowded spaces feel cheap. Luxury sells status, not products. Now compare that to supermarkets. Completely different psychology. Notice how essentials like milk, eggs, and bread are usually located far away from the entrance. That's not random. The longer you walk through the store, the more products you see, and the more likely you are to buy impulsively. Supermarkets are carefully engineered behavioral systems. Even the smell of fresh bread is sometimes artificially pumped into the air, because scent strongly affects emotional decision-making. But manipulation becomes even stronger online. Take Netflix. You think you're choosing what to watch, but Netflix is constantly testing your behavior. Different thumbnails, different colors, different facial expressions. The platform adapts itself based on what keeps you watching longest. Even endless scrolling is intentional, because the longer you search, the longer you stay on the platform. Social media apps use the exact same strategy. Infinite feeds, random rewards, constant stimulation. Very similar to casino psychology. Which brings us to casinos. Casinos are some of the most psychologically engineered places on Earth. Almost no clocks, very few windows, bright lights, constant sounds. Everything is designed to disconnect you from time, because the longer you stay, the more money you lose. Slot machines use something called variable reward systems. Your brain never knows when the next reward is coming, and uncertainty creates addiction. Ironically, social media platforms copied this exact system. Every notification, every refresh, every new like creates anticipation, and anticipation is incredibly powerful. But perhaps the smartest psychological trick of all is identity. The best brands don't sell products. They sell versions of yourself. Apple doesn't just sell phones. Nike doesn't just sell shoes. Luxury brands don't just sell clothing. They sell status, belonging, identity, because humans are emotional buyers. Logic usually comes later. Most purchasing decisions happen subconsciously first, then get justified rationally afterward. And once you notice these systems, you start seeing them everywhere. In advertisements, restaurants, apps, stores, even social interactions. The modern world runs on attention. And attention is one of the most valuable currencies on Earth. The people who understand human psychology control where attention goes. And where attention goes, money follows.